Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Andhra Pradesh on Dussehra Day, a historic day for the state. PM is laying the foundation stone for a new futuristic state capital Amravati on the banks of Krishna River. Prime Minister is also inaugurating the Garuda terminal at Tirupati Airport and laying the foundation stone of the Tirupati Mobile Manufacturing Hub. With the technical expertise from Singapore and Japan, the Andhra Pradesh government has pooled in 33,000 acres of land under a novel land pooling bill 2014. There is an atmosphere of confidence and optimism in the country, says RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat. Addressing customary rally on the occasion of Dussehra in Nagpur, Bhagwat says India has established friendly relations with all the countries in the world. Mohan Bhagwat also said that there is a need to focus on farmers, labourers and people from small-scale industries to take country to the path of development. He added that new idea of India is rising across the globe. With an aim to encourage people to use public transport, Delhi is hosting its first car-free day today. The car-free day is being held from Red Fort to Bhagwan Das Road from 7 am to 12 noon. Additional buses of DTC with frequency of 1 or 2 minutes will be deployed on this route for better facilitation of commuters. Festival of Dussehra is being celebrated today with traditional fervour and gaiety across the country. Dussehra is also known as Vijayadashmi and is celebrated for the triumph of good over evil. According to the Hindu calendar, the day is commemorated on the 10th day of the month of Ashwin and marks the end of the Navratri or 9 nights. On this occasion, President Pranab Mukherjee and Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted the people on the auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi. Senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders today met Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh at his residence in New Delhi. Expressing their concerns over recent incidents of violence, they demanded that Home Minister should call a meeting of National Integration Council. Leaders conveyed to the Home Minister their concern over the law and order situation in Punjab and acts of vandalism and acts of intolerance happening in different parts of the country. Government is making all efforts to stem the rising price rises of pulses. Over 36,000 metric tons pulses have been seized after state government intensified raids against hoarders of pulses. Government has also opened outlets selling tur dal 120 rupees per kg at 400 outlets of Safal and 100 outlets of Kendriya Bhandar in and around Delhi. A big festive season gift for industrial workers from the government. Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Modi has approved bonus hike for industrial workers. It enhances bonus ceiling to 7,000 rupees from 3,500 rupees per month. Also clears ordinance on creation of commercial divisions of high courts and amendment of Arbitration Act for ensuring ease of doing business. On the occasion of Police Commemoration Day on Wednesday, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh paid tributes to the martyrs who have sacrificed their lives for the security of the country. Highlighting decimation of increasing number of terrorists in recent weeks, Home Minister applauded security forces for improvement in internal security scenario in the country. The Haryana government has recommended CBI probe into the killings of 2 people at Ballabgarh in Haryana. Incident took place on Tuesday when the home of a family of 4 was torched, which left 2 children dead and their parents severely burnt. Centre has appealed to people to uphold the spirit of tolerance in matters of caste, creed, religion and sect. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh made a strong appeal to uphold the pluralism credentials of the country and said that the incidents of violence based on caste, creed and religion should not happen. With the third phase of polling in Bihar due on 28th of October, campaigning is on in full swing in the state. Ongoing festival season has only added more fervour and enthusiasm in the leaders' zest to reach out to the electorate. Leaders of BJP-led NDA and Nitish Kumar-led Mahagathbandhan are working day and night to ensure that the tables tilt their way. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has told the Security Council that he was not optimistic following talks with Israel and Palestinian leaders to urge them to diffuse tension. Ban addressed a closed-door emergency session of the Council on Wednesday by video conferencing from Amman, the latest stop on his mission to de-escalate the violence. UN chief had travelled to the region on Tuesday to urge the Israelis and Palestinians to pull back from dangerous escalation that could lead to a full-scale Palestinian uprising. US Vice President Joe Biden said on Wednesday he would not seek Democratic nomination for president in 2016, ending months of suspense and removing a huge political obstacle for frontrunner Hillary Clinton. In deciding not to run, the 72-year Biden appeared to succumb to his own doubts about whether he and his family were ready for a grueling campaign while still mourning his son Beau, who died of brain cancer in May. Afghanistan government forces battled on Wednesday to push the Taliban back from around the capital of the southern province of Helmand after fierce fighting a day before. Fighting near the provincial centre of Lashkargah comes 3 weeks after the Taliban briefly captured the northern city of Kunduz in their biggest military success of the 14-year conflict. Pictures have been released of Syria President Bashar al-Assad travelling to Moscow for his first known foreign trip since the conflict in his country broke out in 2011. Assad held talks on the ongoing crisis with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Kremlin announced the two leaders agreed that military operations must be followed by political steps to end the war, which has triggered a major refugee crisis. And in sports, in cricket, India and South Africa will lock horns in the fourth ODI at M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. India must win this match in order to stay alive in the series and to take the series into the fifth game, as South Africa already lead the series 2-1.